We welcome you here to the landing here in Jacksonville. About 10 minutes ago, this place was absolutely packed with Bulldog fans. I'm guessing probably close to about, I don't know, 500-600 Bulldog fans that were in here for the Mississippi State Pep Rally. You're going to want to see that video. We'll have it at 10 for you here on WCBI Sports. But today, the big day, the big thing for today was the press conference, and that was taking place at the Hyatt Regency. That's just down the ways here in Jacksonville. That's where the press conference took place for Mississippi State and Louisville. Martinez Rankin, Des Harris. And also want to mention Greg Knox was also there as well, along with the Louisville contingency, along with Bobby Petrino, Lamar Jackson, Chucky Williams. Much was discussed. Louisville had a pretty big media contingency that was there talking about the game. Obviously, the big question was, how is Mississippi State going to stop Lamar Jackson? You heard about that earlier in the week from the coaches and the players, how they're just going to try to make the best of what they can. But going into this game for MSU, it's all about the motivation. What's going to be the motivation for interim head coach Greg Knox and this coaching staff and these players? It's going to be a completely different team next year. But for interim coach Greg Knox, nothing's changed going into this game for the Bulldogs.
The program has a foundation, and when you have a foundation, all right, through tough times, you stand on that foundation, and that's what I told the players day one when I addressed them as the interim coach, is that it doesn't matter if I stand in front of you, Dan Mullen stands in front of you, John Cohen stands in front of you. It doesn't matter, all right? What matters is your foundation is set, your foundation is built, and you stand on that foundation through adversity. Through trials, through tribulations, you stand on your foundation. And that's what we've done as a team, all right? And the kids understand the situation they're in, all right? But the foundations has helped them get through the adversity of this situation.
So it's all about that foundation for Greg Knox and the Bulldogs. I hope that's going to take them to a victory. For Louisville, the parallels between these two teams are just incredible. Peter Sermon is Louisville's defensive coordinator. He was the DC last year at Mississippi State. The DC this year that was at MSU, Todd Grantham, used to coach at Louisville as a defensive coordinator for 3 seasons back a couple years ago. So the parallels are interesting. And also, you've got a couple Mississippi kids that are on the Louisville roster, including C.J. Avery, a Grenada product, Trey Smith from Madison Central. But for Louisville, they're focused in on trying to slow down Keaton Thompson, who's going to come into this game with a month of preparation, is going to be feeling very good about himself. For Bobby Petrino and for Louisville, they're just focused on what Mississippi State will be bringing into the contest, not focused on what they may have had maybe first, second game of the year. They're looking at the entire season.
We try to prepare for the players that they have and their talents and knowing what we're going to go up against. Scheme-wise is kind of up in the air a little bit because they're having 2 new play callers on offense and defense. So you always wonder, how that's actually going to play out. But our preparation's been on basically what they've done throughout the year.
They're flying around to the ball. They big, physical, nice defensive line. It's gonna be a good game.
And what a day it was for Mississippi State and for Louisville. They had a chance to go to the Wolfson Children's Hospital. That's here in Jacksonville. This is one of the great events that happens with any time we go and cover a team that's away from state. You go and get a chance to interact with the kids. Nick Fitzgerald, Keith Mixon, Dontavian Lee, Brad Wall, Donald Gray all had a great time, including Bully was there and the Mississippi State cheerleaders. It was a great time had by all at the Children's Hospital. Coming up at 10, we'll get a chance to hear from head coach Joe Moorhead. He's having his radio show just down the way. We'll hear from him and also talk a little more about the matchup coming up tomorrow afternoon. For now, reporting live here in Jacksonville, Robbie Donahoe, WCBI Sports. Tom, back to you in Columbus.
WCBI Bowl coverage of the MSU Bulldogs in Jacksonville, Florida is brought to you by OCH Regional Medical Center, Wheel Estate Mobile Homes, Evans Plumbing and AC, and Bill Cunningham, attorney at law.